Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. The PulseChain marketing gifts, did they really go and get sent out? Yes, they did. We have MicroStrategy. Michael Chad Saylor, is he going to buy more BTC? Our CNBC, still trash. The US money supply, did it really hit a new all-time high? All of that coming your way and more. But first, we're going to look at that Bitcoin monthly candle. Still fat red. Here we are, friends. Pretty much continuing the end of August. Now we're moving into September. Okay, we're starting with a red candle. It's not normal for August to be this red. If I actually check it out here, what we can do is just have a look at how much red did we finish. We closed August about 5% down. Actually, that is quite normal. It just doesn't feel like it, especially in a post-Bitcoin halving year. That's actually not normal. But maybe things are a bit different this time. We have BTC now, Ethereum, friends. Ethereum still through that triangle. That's most important. And we're going to move on to a new candle. Hopefully, September starts to go well. We got the ETH BTC ratio still at 0.04. As you can see, friends, I go through these monthly charts at the start because they keep setting the tone. If you don't do this, you're constantly in this state of either fear or like, oh, this time is different. Oh, no, this time is bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about that monthly candle. Something we do have to think about and sniff is this 6-month chart, friends. A 6-month chart of Bitcoin. Remember, this is, if this finishes green, if we really do have a blow-off by the end of this year, okay, and we finish at 200K, it will confirm the longest cycle in crypto ever. Now, here's the thing, friends. You know, in the stock market, if the longest cycle for bull market, I think it was like whatever it was, like 12 years or whatever. When you hit 12 years in the stock market, like we have now, okay, I've got the actual numbers, but it's around there. We're on like 12.4 years, you know. It's not the end of the world because the stock market, it goes up or up longer than it goes down, okay? For the stock market, their business cycle-ish, their cycles, it's about 3.5 years up and then like 6 months to a year down. Somewhere around there, you know what I mean? Like 3 to 5 years up and then like 6 to 12 months down. You see that? Crypto's inverted, yeah? Instead of going basically, so the stock market, 85% of the time it's going up, 15% down, we're inverted. So 85% of the time we're going down, but that 15% of the time we go up, which is quite fascinating because crypto's growth rates are so freaking enormous. Those 15%, that 15% of time, yes, it really does make up for everything, but you don't know that. I mean, we've only had 3 cycles. We've had many alt seasons, 2 alt seasons in each big year, and they've been different sections of coins. That's why it's almost like some lottery feature, slot machine thing, right? But look, this is the first cycle, friends, as well, where the scammers don't even believe their own scams anymore. Like, everybody's grifting. And it's not just that. It's because no one's got optimism, really. No one really is optimistic about the future. We don't know how this thing's going to really play out. But, like, I know my deep down in my heart, when you have this many people nihilistic, myopic, man, friends, you need a gargantuan amount of lightning rod news. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need people to really start to think about their paradigm being wrong. The problem is we have a lot of new coins. People can just click and make a coin in a second. So we have all the scammers all over Solana. The chain is filled with scam trash. And there's nothing about Solana, people, friends. They do enjoy soy lattes when they could just get a skim latte or a flat white or a cap or whatever. So it's not about them. It's just that it's the homebred of it. You know what I mean? It's just they all decided just to go and take a big fat dump there. It's kind of like in America where, like, you know, maybe like, I don't know, immigrants or like or gangs, but they just choose one city and that's it. They just poop all over it. So it is what it is, right? But for the rest of us, we have this understanding that look, friends, I know for a fact, man. Yeah, it's a believe in something cycle, man. It's literally a believe in something cycle. I mean, it's happening right in front of our eyes. I mean, friends, the universe is telling us. I mean, look at XRP. XRP, literally, friends, literally everybody is up 450%. Now, it's funny when I show people that, sometimes people say, oh, you know, some of the coins went 30x. Shh. Random coin number 485 that Cupsy and the other scammers on Solana have been pumping and dumping, okay, that doesn't count because you've got about $16 worth of that, and that can go to zero in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? people have their life savings in XRP. It's like their whole net worth is in it because they really believe in the XRP standard. And for everyone at home who hasn't seen this, we're gonna have to watch this again. I mean, like, just look at this, friends. These are two OnlyFans girls. They have a lot in XRP. Now, of course, I don't have XRP. I've been supporting XRP. I want XRP to go up. Made a lot of videos on them last year saying, man, I really would hope this thing goes to the all-time high. We're in stuff with more risk. XRP is already listed everywhere. And it's already number 3 in market cap, right? All they can do is like flip Ethereum if they really want to. That's it, you know? So I look for stuff where it's further down the risk curve because I want higher upside, okay? I'm not happy with like a 3x or whatever. Like I want a lot more. So check this out.
Investing, don't know what to do, what it is, but I need help. I need help.
Okay, so I would recommend, so me personally, I have 1.3 million in XRP. So right now it's about $2 and something cents, but the community knows that when I know it will bump up to $10, I'm going to be basically set for life. So I would highly recommend buying XRP. Why are you crying?
What the hell did you just say?
XRP,
I couldn't even understand what X could even stand for.
It doesn't stand for anything. It's just like, XRP doesn't stand for anything like explicitly. It's just like
I'm screwed. Crypto men, come this way. Help me.
Just put money into XRP and then you're set for life.
Put my money in it.
Or just spend it all, whatever you want to do.
Well, will the IRS come after me if I, they won't come after me if I do that?
You haven't paid taxes in 2 years, so they're going to come after you anyway.
Not if I had my money in this XPR stuff. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Why I love this video. Okay, first, friends, this God bless you. Okay, God bless all the girls on OnlyFans. XRP does stand for something. It stands for, I think it's X-Fire Rapid System. It was meant to be what Ethereum does now, where to send money as a stable coin around the world, if you put $1,000 in, it's meant to buy XRP, send it instantly across the world, and then sell XRP, and they get it instantly. The problem is the system is so inefficient. It's kind of like we're trying to invent cars, and then your car attaches maybe a horse at the front of it. Yes, the horse is trying to like walk and make the car a car. That's what the XRP system is. And then Volatility comes out and it literally makes a freaking spaceship. You know what I mean? So everyone's using spaceships. So that's the XRP system. It's not adopted. Why? Obviously, like you need the banks to go and do it. XRP went from the business route first. And obviously, it's not for the people, by the people. They went to the business, they went to the banks, they do CBDC and stuff out here. Ethereum went, hey, we're gonna do this thing. It's gonna be like us, degens, ICOs, whatever it is, just the normal people out here. Normal, I mean, like not real normal, it's nerds, right? The downtrodden of society, really, the outcasts, okay? But they don't know any of that. They're like, I don't even know what the hell it stands for. These C friends have come a long way. Also, friends, this is the funniest part. Did you notice at the end she speaks about, oh, is the IRS gonna come after me? Like, friends, we're hitting retail coming in. Like, do you understand the beauty of that statement? Is the IRS going to come after me? But I always pay your taxes. She's given the chance that this thing doesn't work as a 0%. That's retail. They're like, oh yeah, this is definitely going up there. Like, I'm definitely going to make money. I'm like, I don't owe money to the like IRS. Look, it's just, it's you know, I salute you, all of you. Okay, I salute all of you. See, friends, that's the community, man. And this girl, she's got 1.3 million in it at like $2 something. You know what I mean? So she's looking for like a 4 or 5x. She's gonna get out with, I guess, with she's gonna get another 3x. She's gonna get out with blockchain backup. We'll see. But I'm just showing you it's a believer cycle. Do you see that? That has nothing to do with decentralization, proof of stake. What about the transaction speed? There's 44 users on XRP chain, man. So I think it's very important to keep in mind, friends. And remember, look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. In my experience, okay, I'm gonna guess, assume that, you know how everyone says we're nihilistic, we're myopic, no altcoin goes up, no one believes in anything anymore, nothing can hold a bid. I'm just gonna have to assume, outside of my bias, that all of these people are talking negative because the business cycle is low. I'm very confident of that. But as well, their conclusions, I think, are wrong. Just because, like, when the business cycle is low, nothing can go up. So when they're talking about nihilistic, friends, here's the thing, right? I think they're true. They're right in what they're saying, okay? They're saying, I can't believe in anything, but you got to finish your sentence. I can't believe in anything as an altcoin to Bitcoin when the business cycle is low. Okay, I think that's actually what they're saying. Okay, so right now people say I don't believe in anything. Okay, that's what they say. But really, I think is I don't believe in anything that is an altcoin to Bitcoin. So it's an alternative to Bitcoin when the business cycle is low. All right. Now, you might say, but Somi, does that mean we're never gonna get some Pumpy G music? No, friends. There you go. There you go. Here's a spinning lollipop. But you also might ask, does that mean we're never ever gonna get altcoins to go up? This is the thing, friends. Okay, I was here. If you listen to the crowd in a very family-friendly way, they speak to you. You see, when the business cycle goes up, the argument is not about the poop coins they're holding. It's not actually about that. Okay? Because everyone knows we're correlated. Yeah, it's not actually about that. The argument is about, is the bull market over yet or not? That's what it's all is about. Okay? Like, are bad times for the economy coming? Which is very fascinating. So that's why, friends, people do treat crypto like a casino. Yeah. So they go, hey, is the casino going to stay on for 3 hours? Yes. Okay, I'm playing. They know they're playing a game that they lose. They know, maybe they told their wives they were going to be at the Italian restaurant till 11 o'clock, but they're at the casino. They left after 8. They know they're there. They know they almost shouldn't be there. Like, friends, when you're buying JPEGs up here, that's what happens, okay? The euphoria, the crowd gets drunk. That's why they say this time's actually different. This one's actually different, right? And that's why even people holding stuff to go, this is a JPEG. Well, if you show people, hey, everything goes down 90%. There's cycles, right? They'll say, yeah, I get it. The thing is, though, we still got a bull market ahead. We're just getting started on the bull. You see? That's actually this most fascinating part. So why this makes me more confident is because people understand what they hold. They know they're holding junk sometimes. They know that. But it doesn't matter because junk has taken everything to the moon in the crypto cycle. And so it's not whether they hold strong stuff or weak stuff, because strong stuff drops 95% in the freaking bear market anyway. It's all about, is the casino going to stay on? And the casino staying on means pretty much, is the business cycle going to keep staying strong? Is the S&P 500 going to keep making highs, right? There's always some sort of cute little narrative and thing that comes around with it. Is the US Fed going to do this or do that? But that's very interesting, isn't it? Now that you know this, because it tells you like, okay, the cycle is the cycle all over again, right? It's very, very important to know that. Otherwise, you just mid-curve yourself and you weed yourself out. Now, the most important thing to be watching is the racist Russell 2000, friends. If you want, because the business ISM, it's going to come out September 3rd, but it's backward looking last month. And guess what? Ethereum rocketed, and the Russell 2000, it rocketed as well. So racist Russell, he rocketed. As you can see, look what happened in September. You see September? I think August. Yeah, so it pretty much, where is August? Here. Look at this, friends. So August, we started low, and then we just witchy went up only. Okay, that is literally the racist Russell 2000 rallied. Check this out. Straight line, 10% in a month. Like, that's pretty much telling you the business ISM is going to be like, it was last print was 48. It'd probably go all the way up to like 51.5 or something. And then we're like, oh my gosh, this is it. Or might even nick 52. That's a critical number, right? But it's all about expansion, okay? It's literally expansion. It's got to get to these new highs and not scam us like I did before. Actually go through. Blockchain backer actually thinks, friends, we're going to go up and it's going to come back down and do this thing again. So I hope not, but whatever. We'll see. Now we're going to crack on with the news, friends. So PulseChain have had 400,000 marketing gifts. They have started to get sent out, and they are, I guess, LCD drawing boards. I think Richard Hart, friends, he has shown a picture of it. If you notice, there's a PulseChain logo here, the hexagon, and it has a smiley face for kids. Okay, now these things, they're universal, so they're meant to be a tablet. So here's Richard Hart's post. 400,000 electronic LCD tablets have been donated to charity. Volunteers are currently addressing them for home delivery. This is the largest free device giveaway with such powerful features I've ever heard of. It's made to be looked at for years. It's unlikely to be thrown away. Saves trees and money. Works in the sun. Is always on. Only uses electricity to clear. You can even write with your fingernail if you lose the pen. It's real utility for free. So go paperless. Battery lasts for years. No charging. Colorful screen. Looks great. Always on screen and writing. Erase button and erase lock switch. Light and durable. Kids love it. Yeah, so friends, kids really do love it. We have some stuff here I'll show you as well. So it has this little CR2 2025 battery. It's actually a genius idea. I think you just write on through. It just uses the battery, I think, just to wipe stuff out. He also said there's rumors of a magnetic version coming. I guess that is for fridges. Maybe fridges or whatever. But yeah, so you can do anything like if there's some girls out there, maybe you run a little cute Pilates or a fitness class, or you do this little yoga class out here. You can just, that could be like your little board. Okay, you write on the little board. You can write on it like, you know, class full or call me or whatever, or like, you know, starting sessions now. We've also got some questions here from Mr. Core Collins, who's a PulseChain. So who are receiving these devices? I don't know personally, but I think they are, I'm assuming they are the highest net worth individuals areas in US of A. I think so. So it's basically, it's targeted. Now, shout out to Mr. Custard and his cute, beautiful daughter. Mr. Custard, friend, says, my daughter has been front running your technology adoption, sirs. So this is actually Mr. Custard drawing right now. He's drawing on the board, the device. He's had this device before. It's the PDI logo. PDI equals $1. Well. So I guess the one that's coming with it, I think it's going to have maybe that background thing. I don't know, where you can draw something on it. It might just be empty. So yeah, it'll be cool. Here we have Mr. Hexangelo. Here's mine too. PDI to $1. This is kind of funny, friends. It's just hilarious how everyone's just drawing PDI stuff on it. It's just, it's the chain is just, it's so galvanized. Here we have Mr. Jacobs. Sammy, are you okay? Blink twice if Dirty Crypto is holding you at gunpoint. It's so funny, man, out here. Like, gosh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing every time. If we check out, have a quick refresh of the PulseChain core coins and everything is up just 5% and stuff out here, waiting to start the week. Hopefully everything starts to crank up higher. Hex to plus 10%. Remember, baby dolls, as well. Look, PulseChain's liquidity is really thin. All right, it's really thin. It is easy to flash it up. It could go 100x, right? The thing is, though, okay, you need the path for people to not sell. That's it. Okay, yeah. But now here's the thing. Obviously, everyone in the chain's watching me, so like, Simon, but everyone's watching you, and everyone knows to sell. How are you ever going to get through? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It happens with every other coin. Okay, friends. XRP, friends, blockchain backer is the biggest XRP maxi guy, and he's selling at $10, and everyone's calling for like $100 to $1,000 XRP. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's gonna happen anyway. I just, these network effect trends, you gotta understand, like markets, the way they work, the mechanics of these, like our human emotion, like we really want something to happen, it breaks logic. And it's not just in a bad way. We imagine a brighter future, and then we push into the stars, and then what happens is we just kind of like change the stories in our head, right? But we also do it in the bear markets to everybody's detriment, where they say, oh no, this time is different, the US Fed's gonna hike and whatever, and like people would try to save you if they're still in, but no one's listening to them. You know, so people would be saying, hey, you really want to, are you sure you want to like take a loss here? Like, remember you said you were going to hold for 5 years ago. Oh, I didn't know I signed up for this. Like it just turned really bad, right? So, you know, it's just, you know, it's another way of saying cycles are cycles, and I guess we'll see how it plays out. Now, the community, friends, I've seen a lot of, there's a lot of positivity, but there's a few mixed opinions on it as well, the marketing. For example, and I might cover this a bit later. So we have Mr. Donovan. There can't be a sell the news event around the PulseChain marketing efforts because the marketing already priced in how worthless that campaign was beforehand. No, dog, you must bow down to Richard Hart and everything he does. Never wrong. Never will be, no matter how much objective proof you have. Narcissism is a bitch. So obviously mixed emotions there. I think we have XRP Pete. Has PulseChain started pumping, folks? Did you see what the marketing genius Richard Hart is sending out? Over 400,000 tablets promoting PulseChain and Hex for free. Let me know if you get one. Curious who's getting these. We're about to get this chain pumping. Get in early where you can. So, Yeah, man, with marketing, friends, the thing when it comes to these, okay, markets do not work such that you just do this marketing and it goes up. It doesn't happen like that, man. It's network effects, okay? So it would be like if they start advertising Arsenal, the football club, in a town. Hey, Arsenal, no one's gonna go, whoa, let me go drop everything and go start watching football. You know what I mean? No, they don't do that. They just keep saying Arsenal, right? And then maybe they start building a soccer stadium in a year or something. Okay, you're basically planting the seeds. That's how it works. In crypto, it doesn't work like that. The only people who buy stuff off the marketing is they think they're front running like retailer plebs. But the retailer plebs, it doesn't work like that. Okay, retailer plebs only buy when they think it's safe that they can make free money. Okay, that's literally it, because they're not investing. Yeah, they think they're investing, but they all decide to invest at the same time, and they all end up being usually like end of euphoria times. So when does this thing actually go up? Well, I just showed you, right? It's Russell 2000, racist Russell 2000 going up. That'll pretty much be the key. And we've been talking about this forever, literally forever. Racist Russell 2000 and Ethereum going up, and then Ethereum's probably going to distribute somewhere. What does distribute mean? Just stall. Once it stalls around, and I'm just going to hope that it's around $7,000. Maybe that's it, friends. Ethereum and PulseChain rise up. If maybe PulseChain doesn't do its biggest move until maybe here. Maybe this thing happens here, bang, and then it happens here. Maybe PulseChain then a big wave up, and then something like that happens and whatever. And then maybe we go for the second leg. We'll see. So you don't know. See, the thing is, you don't know these trends. That's why you got to understand, like, if people knew the point of inflection a market price would have to hit for the next thing to go up, they would literally never invest. You would literally just leave your stable coins. You go, oh, Ethereum just hit the magic point of inflection. I'm going to go throw in all my money into this altcoin and I'm going to make a 15x. People try to keep gambling for it. It doesn't work. And look at Bitcoin, by the way. Bitcoin's point of inflection, it changed. It changes every cycle. In 2017, the point of inflection was 25% below the all-time high. So its all-time high was 1,150 back in, it hit there in 2013. So then 2016, 2017, Bitcoin went back from 1,150. It went all the way back up. So from your perspective, it went all the way back up and now it's at $900. And then Ethereum starts rocketing. Okay, and Ethereum was its first cycle. Okay, $900. You see? But in 2021, it did not do the point of inflection at 25% below the all-time high. It did it at 100% above the all-time high. Okay, it did it literally at 2x. I could show you all here. All of this happening here. So instead of even just describing it here for you, I'll just show you, right? So this is in that first cycle, right? This is Ethereum's Bitcoin's all-time high. So altcoins, they started running here. You see this? This is like there you go, 30% below the all-time high, pretty much 20 to 30%. That's the point of inflection. But then look how different 2021 was. In 2021, the point of inflection happened. Okay, Bitcoin needed to be 40K here. This is where when Elon Musk gets in here. You see that? In the previous cycle from before that, it was here. Look how much the distance was. And then it happened to us again in our cycle. Okay, here is the all-time high around 60K. Now we're finally, by the way, we haven't even had the proper point of inflection. I'm just assuming it's starting now. I'm assuming and I'm hoping it's starting now. You see that? From here, this is a huge distance. If you go down here, yeah, it's a 2x. It's a 2x distance, right? So guessing that point of inflection, it's not worth it. Because if you get it wrong, you ruin everything, right? You miss out all your time. Now, moving on as well, friends. Michael Saylor says BTC, Bitcoin is on sale. And he's going to buy more soon. So he didn't say he's going to buy more soon. Just whenever he posts this picture, the orange dots, it means he's about to purchase more soon. So you can go to saylortracker.com and let's actually crank it a bit. We're going to crank it. Now, Michael Saylor and his strategy, friends. He's only up 50%, which is still wild to me, bro. You bought 600,000 Bitcoin. You're only up 50%. My gosh. Okay. This is pretty much it. They've changed this format and stuff here. Purchase events. He's bought 37 times in 1 year. Oh my gosh. He's buying like every 1.5 weeks. So every two, oh my gosh, that's actually a nice average when we think about it. That it's good to know that, because I keep thinking, is he done? Is he done? I'm like, well, he can't be done. He's buying every 1.5 to 2. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like every time he buys, oh my gosh, that's it. He buys again, oh my gosh, that's it. You know, these are all these orange dots. I don't know why they changed the website. The other one was good. I don't know why they did this, but whatever. He's got 632,000 BTC. I'm sure if we go down, they have all the sats per share, all these nerd stuff, friends. All this stuff doesn't matter, man. Because you just know, look, eventually the party's going to stop. I just don't know when. Here we have their MNAV. Oh, wow, they got their MNAV here that you can actually see. You don't have to go to Bitcoin Treasury. See how this thing's just going down and down and down and down. Wow, at one point it traded at 3.5x MNAV. Now it's all the way down to 1.4. Actually, it's below that. It's like 1.38. So he's going to be buying more and more. I don't know why, man. It's such an annoying thing. Why did they change this time range 1 year? Do all of it. Why do you change, man? Don't fix something that's not broken. Ah, well. Okay, so you have it here. You have all these big dots. But yeah, you can just see, friends, see the tiny dots down the bottoms. And then now they're obviously big. Man, they screwed it. Look, friends, I know a lot of you you love your night mode. I know you love your night mode. Okay, but let me tell you a secret, okay? Night mode's cool. All right. I've been telling you, friends, everyone always wants to know, so I mean, how come your monitors look orange as hell? Use that's called nighttime or nightlight, whatever it is, on either Windows or Apple, or you can use Flux, the program, fl.ux. I think that's the website, but you didn't even have to, right? So just to let you know, friends, if you put white light, normal monitor light, or even you look at an office light, if you look at that, it wakes you up, okay? But after 8 o'clock, it's not good to be looking at that, is it? Because your body's trying to sleep and wind down, but you're just like, it's just waking you up. It's straining your eyes. However, if you put amber, which is the orange, okay, you can toggle how aggressive you want it. I like it aggressive. And guess what? You adapt to it in like literally 3 minutes. And then you don't even know what the colors are. You can't even tell what white is anymore. You don't even need to. So if you put amber, guess what happens? Your brain thinks you're looking at the sun setting. So you're constantly relaxed, right? Do you know the first time, I still remember, I think it was about 2013, 2014, I was trading from home. I still remember the first time I used Flux, while you put the amber thing, I fell asleep in my squeaky chair. I fell asleep because my eyes were so strained. I was trying to look at computers for like 12 to 15 hours a day. But yeah, this is how, friends, I'm here 18 hours a day. People go like, how are your eyes still here? How are your eyes still here, sir? It's because I'm looking at the sun setting 24/7. Yes. So that's actually why. So if you're looking at white light, yeah, it's like a caffeine gets straight into your eyes, friends. Okay, and that's pretty much, you never ever rest. That's why a lot of people, you get eye strain. So if you're in any office, you got to have that orange stuff. Make it as maximum orange as possible. Okay, now continuing. MicroStrategy holds more Bitcoin than 6 countries combined. Check that out, friends. He holds, look, so US of A, not US of B or US of C. Okay, we're talking about US of A. They hold 207,000 BTC. China hold 194,000. UK 61,000. Ukraine 46,000. I don't know how you got that. Well, how does Ukraine have? Why does Ukraine have 46,000 Bitcoin? Oh, well, a lot of these mysteries. Bhutan have 13,000, but they are actively selling it every month. Such a national crime, man. I hope they stop, but they sell the Bitcoin every month to pay all government employees 2x their salary. Such a stupid idea, bro. What an absolute stupid decision. I hope that's wrong, by the way. I've been reporting it happened multiple times. They're selling the nation's inventory of Bitcoin to pay a bunch of government bum workers 2x their salary, whoa, for like 3 or 4 years, and then it's all gone to zero. You're robbing the future generations, Bhutan. I hope you stopped. I hope the people are revolting or something. Oh, gosh, man, whatever. I mean, that's why, friend, do not put your faith in the government. Do you understand, friends? We are all on... I'm really starting to dig that whole Earth is a prison slave system theory. Just pretty much what it feels like, man. By the way, so Michael Saylor's got 623,000 Bitcoin. It's pretty much the US government. We all know that. If they ever needed Bitcoin, they're going to go, hey, Michael Chad Saylor, that's my Bitcoin now. It's funny. right? He has custody with Coinbase, you know, so it's not, he can't even say, oh, I know the 12 words in my head. Oh, I hope we never get to that scenario. Or if we do, hope Bitcoin's, you know, millions and millions of dollars by then. The US Fed, friends, macro, 86% chance of September rate cut by US Fed, which is great. Kinda, not really. One rate cut. We want 10, bro. Cut it at 0. Give me my freaking forced Altseason. But they can't, man. They can't. Inflation's high. Inflation's high, economy, etc., etc. We'll see how it all plays out. Many people said Bitcoin would be dead by now. They were all wrong. Check this picture out, friends. Over in history. Look at this. So that's the end of Bitcoin then. Look at this. Bitcoin prices are headed to 0. Rest in peace, Bitcoin. It's time to move on. Bitcoin is literally worth nothing. Bitcoin is over. The end of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will crash to $10 by mid-2014. All of these prices. And this is the linear chart of it. They should show the log chart up here. But yeah, just showing you. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Log chart is so much better. So you can actually see it over time. The chart, it should be showing you of the BTC chart. It's this. All these people, friends. It looks this line going up and to the right, up and to the right. Yeah, but it's like swooping out, swoop, 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 and the growth rates are going down. But guess what? They're still amazing. You don't need to do leverage. Look, friends, I guarantee there will be some sort of recession. House prices are going to slice, and everyone's going to see that Bitcoin is superior because you don't need leverage. Yeah, houses force you to do leverage. You can't DCA into a house. Yeah, if a house costs 500K, they require you to have anywhere from 5 to 20% deposit. Yeah, if you have a 20% deposit, it's safe. You put 5x leverage, that's 5x leverage, right? But still, that, you know, like people, like, that's why there's a lot of harm done. If you just bought a house for 500K, you put in 100K though. If the house price quote goes down 20%, your equity is worth 0. So you really need everything in common. Also, friends, look, you should have some real estate. Just book yourself for the rest of your life. Okay, if you're making profits in this cycle, which country you are, but don't do all of it. You want to know why? Because, friends, look, we know this, dude. Boomers need exit liquidity for all the homes. Yes, they are dumping on millennials and Zoomers. They're dumping there on because they're all retiring. Yeah, and they all know their homes. Who's going to buy all of that? Well, you think, oh, well, guess what? We had less people. There's less people coming in, being born. But then they have immigration, but that can't go on forever. Because as soon as the recession happens, guess what? The crime rate goes up. People's cars start getting stolen. Because, oh, you import the third world, you get the third world, okay? Yeah, they start robbing people straight away. Because they're like, oh, I was just doing that my whole life in my third world country, which is a piece of shit, where there's sewer lines going through the freaking middle of the city, and we don't know how to be civilized after thousands of years. Okay, cool, I'll just go start to robbing these white people. That's pretty much what ends up happening, right? But the thing is, the government's like betting, I guess, or trying to control that the recession never comes. The thing is, though, in that wipeout, when they have to pause immigration, because you got to think, friends, like, learn from Canada, okay? This actually happened in Canada. Canada, they imported too many immigrants, and then they had a lot of Indian dudes riding. And of course, friends, we love Indian people, okay? We've got a lot of Indian friends. Just, I guess in Canada, they had a pocket of just, for some reason, they just got some wild, loud Indians who were like just jumping on cars and stuff in the middle of the street. And then people in Canada said, okay, it's too much. We've got to stop the immigration. They stopped the immigration. This is the wildest thing, man. In literally 60 days, house prices started tanking. I could not believe it. I thought you could leave it for like a year or 2 or 3. No. Literally, within 60 days, it starts rolling down over, and then house prices start tanking. And remember, friends, in real estate, you're forced to do leverage, okay? Now, this might be a boy who cried wolf thing. That's why I'm just telling you, in the event of a wipeout, if you have Bitcoin, crypto, right? You're not forced to do leverage. The growth rates are high enough. To get good growth rates in real estate, you have to do leverage, right? And it's been going on for a long time, you know? So, and everyone says, oh, the government can't let it happen and stuff. You know, screw the government, bro. They never had our back. And I don't trust them anyway. And by the way, friends, okay, if there's a scenario where people are losing their jobs and there's literally third world immigrants rioting in streets, burning stuff and stealing people, they immediately, because the government, friends, the thing is, the government never wants to look stupid, and they can't let things get out of control. So they will go, okay, do we keep importing third world bums who are going to come basically grape our women, hang out, and take poops on the trains at train station, and, you know, rob and steal your tires and hubcaps? Are they going to keep doing that and risk the population pretty much going up? Or are they going to go, you know what, let's just reset houses for a year or 2? Let's just reset houses. I think what they choose is reset houses. Now, we haven't seen that unemployment rate tick up yet. We haven't, right? That's why we've got US jobs coming out, friends. US jobs will coming out this Friday. It's the first Friday of every month is the US jobs. If the jobs, so what we might find is the jobs are going to like basically get worse for a bit. And then they're probably going to get really, really, really bad later on. But for now, they're going to have to get a bit worse. So right now, the unemployment rate's 4.3%. I don't know why, friends. I'm feeling, I don't know why, that I feel like 4.3, it's going to tick to like 4.5 and get worse. And then everyone's going to try to price in like 3 or 4 cuts. I don't know why. I got a feeling. Don't know why. Something's in just telling me that, because friends, you know Jay Powell, major loser, they have forward-looking data. They don't talk to people about it. They don't talk to people about it because whatever reason, okay, they're either manipulation and control, or they want to be able to see that the forward-looking data, it's not 100% accurate. It can change, right? So they're always backwards looking. But like, I think there's a reason why he basically came out and said, we're definitely watching employment now. Remember, that's what major loser Powell said. He goes, don't worry about inflation. We're just watching employment. You know, when they start saying that, that means there's some data coming out, which basically means the unemployment rate is going to start ticking up, right? So it's all part of our big cycle. We'll see. Just a friendly reminder, friends. CNBC are trash, and Bitcoin is up 23x since their article in 2019, November. This is their article. If you took your brother-in-law's advice and bought Bitcoin last Thanksgiving, you lost big. This was November in 2018. I still remember that. Do you remember that, Matt? Bitcoin was capitulating. Oh, friends, I still remember that. You boys all remember, friends. I remember. Let's go to November 2018. Here it is. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin just capitulated, friends. Down to 3,500. You want to know? It's funny, man. During that time, I was telling all my cousins. Okay, remember, I had a party. Remember, I hosted a party. I invited everyone over. Friends, this is the thing. I got into crypto here, and then I spent in October 2018, Bitcoin literally did nothing. It sat in this little shitty range. It was not moving anywhere. So I thought, you know what? We got all this time here. I'm just going to spend some time. I want to research the fundamentals of Bitcoin because there was no targets, no videos. I didn't know where the hell to go. I wasn't on YouTube. Didn't know who to look for. And so I started researching it myself. And then I was like, oh, I had these different models, mate. This is the strangest part, friends. I still have my email. I used the average of 3 models that I made just to look at and to value Bitcoin. And I couldn't believe it. The average price, it was $70,000, $72,000. And I looked at it. I thought about it. I'm like, what the hell, man? The peak was like 69, man. Why not listen to the first? That's the amazing part, friends. When you first come into stuff, you're usually right about things and you think about things too much. But you couldn't blame us as well because they had infinite QE and money printing. And yeah, I had a party. I hosted everyone and I started telling them, I'm like, please, I begged everyone. I don't beg. Okay, I begged everyone, please, you have to buy Bitcoin. And then everyone's like, oh, nah. Oh gosh. Now, granted, I did in October as well. 6,000 went to 3. Yeah, I was buying more. Ah, man, all this time. And yeah, man. Look, me begging people. I'm telling you, man. Okay, I don't beg. Okay, but I beg people to buy Bitcoin. No one listened. Okay, just really, really, really close friends. Took like a year as well to get into DCA because it's just funny psychology. So I beg people to buy Bitcoin, and then I beg people to buy Ethereum. Begged. Like, I'm like, do we please. When I say please 15 times, please. And then I also now in real life, yeah, I've told enough people. Enough people know. I'm like, well, man, you got to throw a lottery into PDI. You have to throw a lottery. Okay, dude, it's literally 250x up if it works. If it doesn't work, okay, screw it. You know what I mean? Where's your lottery tickets for me, by the way? You know what I mean? No one's. We'll see. I'm sure there's going to be a point as well with PulseChain and Hex. We start swooping up, and then I'm actually going to go to real life family. I go, look, I'm begging you. I'm on my knees now begging you. Just get in and shut up. Just shut up and get, like, you literally have minutes to get in. Okay, we'll see. US money supply hits an all-time high of $22 trillion. So we have the picture out here, friends. That's it. That's pretty much, global liquidity, USM2. It's always going up. over time. That's why stocks and everything goes up. Remember that money supply, friends. That money supply is growing at 10%. I think it's the real number is like it's around 8% per year. Okay, so that's a real inflation. Now, where are we going from here? Well, it's all about meth, friends. I love meth. You love meth. I think we are done with the scam. I think we're actually done here, friends. Okay, remember blockchain backers chart? It actually worked. So we come back down. We broke the low, 4,200, and now we're just going to go here. And actually, it is the up only. I think we just begin the up only part in September. But we knew that was eventually coming. It's just, okay, but up only to where? You know, because it's a total difference between up only to 6,000 Ethereum versus 7 versus 10 versus 13. Total worlds of difference there. I guess we'll see. Make memes great again. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.